Hello everyone, this is Matthew and welcome to another video, and today we are going to be talking about five ways to sleep better / quicker. So let's get into it. Way number one is reassurance. So we've all had those times where we're in bed at, let's say, 3:30 in the morning. We have school, work, an appointment, or we have to get up at 7 or 6 or 8 for something, and you're sitting there thinking, you're stressing yourself out because you're thinking, I won't be able to get up. What happens if my alarm doesn't wake me? Reassure yourself. Set 3 extra alarms. So yeah, set more alarms, and then you'll be grand. So let's say you get up at 7. Maybe set one for 7:05, set one for 7:05. And if you're really stressed, set an extra 2 alarms. And if you're like thinking, what happens if my phone dies in the morning? What happens if my phone doesn't work? Get an alarm clock. If you have an alarm clock, just set it as well. So there's 2 things. And you have extra alarms on your phone. So that's 2 things that could wake you up. So you should be really reassured. So that should take the stress off you, which will make you sleep better, and you'll be able to sleep quicker because you won't be thinking about that as much. Let's go on to number 2. The second point is lights. So let's say you're sitting in bed, you have a bright light in the top of your room. I have a couple of bright lights here, a couple of bright lights here. Didn't know if I wanted to have a light on the camera, but I decided not to because, you could see it in my eyes and it didn't look the best. Don't know why I whispered that. Well, we'll not say about that. But the bright lights, if there's bright lights, they're bad because they're always bright and you're sitting there on your phone watching YouTube, watching Netflix, on Snapchat, whatever. Or maybe you're just lying there trying to get to sleep like a normal person. Maybe I'm the only person who sits on their phone in bed, tries to get to sleep. But, I doubt it. There's probably like everyone out there who sits on their phone and says like, I'm not tired yet, I'm going to watch another video. Or something like that. So yeah, just make sure all the bright lights are turned off around you. Yeah, that was a short point, I'm sorry, but I had to think of something. Let's go on to point number 3. So, point number 3 is more about if you're late. Like if you are, let's say you are up at 4 o'clock in the morning. People are probably going to stress themselves out saying, I should sleep now because then I won't be as tired tomorrow. But you need to accept the fact that you're going to be tired tomorrow. So, recently I was up pretty late. Well, pretty late, 2:30, but I don't know. But if I don't get enough sleep, I have sore heads. But I didn't have a sore head today. If I don't get much sleep, I wake up quicker and easier. And I jump out of bed and I'm like, yes. But if I get a lot of sleep, it's just like, oh, I need an extra couple of hours. It's strange. I don't know how science works. Go ask a science person. But yeah, you need to accept the fact that you're going to be tired in the morning. So if you accept the fact that you're going to be tired, and if you reassure yourself by setting extra alarms, there's nothing to be stressed about. Well, there's a couple of things to be stressed about. You'll have a sore head, but they don't really matter. They don't really affect you. You need to think that let's say you've had late nights the entire week. You're going to be really tired, but, you're trying to make it as quick and as good a sleep as possible. So less things in your mind to worry about. This is better. So just accept the fact that you're going to be tired. That's point number 3. Let's go on to point number 4. Point number 4 is brightness. So, like I was saying, you're on your phone. Am I seeing something or is there a fly there? Get away! Okay, right, point number 4. It's brightness. So, my advice would be lower your brightness down really low because then your eyes aren't just strained and it's not really bright in your face. Lower your brightness down low, and on some devices there's an option where it like puts a filter over the screen so it doesn't strain your eyes as much. And that's what I've been using the past couple of nights. And normally when I'm in bed watching YouTube or whatever I'm doing, watching Netflix, I would, like, you've got a tiny bit, like, sore eyes. But I feel like it's much easier to go to sleep if the brightness is lowered down, and it won't be hurting your eyes, so you won't have a sore head. And also, you're helping your eyes as well, because if you're looking at screens all the time, your eyes are eventually gonna, break. I don't know the science on it, but they're eventually gonna, something bad's gonna happen to them, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just hearing all these rumors, but lower your brightness down, turn a blue screen filter, and it should make you tired, because if it's bright, it's gonna wake you up. So lower the brightness, put on a blue screen filter, or whatever sort of filter your phone has it, or iPad, or whatever you use at night, or maybe you just sit there. I don't have any advice if you just sit there. Well, the last point is good advice. Well, let's just go on to the last point now. Right, the last point is active. So if you have, this is kind of preparing before you go to bed. So if you go to bed and you've sat in the same place all day, well, you've went to the toilet and you went out to get your dinner and all this rubbish, but you've sat and basically did nothing all day. When you go to bed, well, if you've been looking at a screen, your eyes are going to be strained, so you're going to be tired. But let's say you've been sitting talking and you haven't really been looking at a screen or really doing much. Not walking about your house. Walking about your house is still a bit active, but let's say you haven't really been doing much all day. When you go to bed, you're not going to be that tired. But let's say you've been out in the town, walking about, getting Subway. Well, Subway would kind of feed you, but you've been walking about and actually doing stuff. Let's say you're cleaning up your house or something. When you go to bed, you're going to be tired because you've been doing stuff all day. It's pretty obvious. So yeah, the more stuff you do in the day, the tireder you'll be. That's like a school day. If I normally stay up later on the weekend nights, like a Saturday night, I'd stay up late. Friday nights, it's harder to stay up late because I've been up since 7. I've been doing school all day, and then come home and then you die. You lie in bed and you're dead. You sit there and watch YouTube, Netflix, whatever you do at night. Right. Well, just remember to be active in the daytime, and then you'll be able to get sleep better at the night. Yeah. This is the second top 5. I'm going to call these top 5s, but it's not really putting them in order. But if I was going to say they're probably if you are like very, I don't know, a very stressed person, I would set more alarms and accept the fact that you're going to be tired. There are the two main things that if you're a stressful person, well, not stressful. Stressful is like if you're making other people stressed. But the two main points are acceptance and reassurance. So set alarms and accept the fact that you're going to be tired. If you're like a person that gets really stressed about stuff, and if you're just in it for the sleep and you're alright about the stress and all that rubbish, I would do the brightness and the lights. The active is just a wee add-on that will really help, but it's not one of the main 4. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.